Hi guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to my channel. I'm Anne, and in this video I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine partners. And that's soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, past life connections, anybody that you're connected to in a love relationship, anything romantic. I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay. Now we're smack middle in the middle of August. I love this time of the year. Yeah, it gets a little crazy. You know, everybody's getting like everything together, cramped up in our schedules. It's a fun time, but you know what? It makes it more intense when the Lionsgate portal just ended. And you know what? It still lingers on. I know I'm feeling it. A lot of energies. It's been a pretty intense month, I have to say. And just with everything going on, but it just brings out more. A lot of emotional stuff happening. You know, I know a lot of people has been talking to me about this, and I'm sure you've been feeling something. And also, I've noticed that it's something that also drains you. So you may feel like, you know, the day is fine, you know, it's yes, and for some of us it's hot, but it kind of like gets you to the point where you're like, oh, I'm so worn out, and it's just like half the day, not even. It's like you've done so much. The energy in the air, it just like it zaps it away. So try to keep yourself hydrated, just like what you normally would do in the heat of summer or winter. You know, it's more of like you want to really, you know, keep yourself motivated and keep yourself moving. Okay, so I've laid out the cards, and as you guys can see, here's my lap desk. I love Bed Bath & Beyond. That's where I got it. A lot of you have asked me where I got my little portable lap desk. I have one outside, one inside. Okay, so this side I should have shown divine masculine, divine feminine. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Basically, it's for both. You know, you can resonate with both actually, or one or the other, or your divine counterpart can also resonate with. You can notice that it resonates with them. Okay, so the first card for divine masculine is letting go. Very beautiful, vivid card. Love this card. It's beautiful butterflies. It's a lot of energy going on with letting go. Hope you guys can see it. Let's see if I can clear it up. It's a lot of energy that it seems like everybody is, you know, focused on, you know, what we need to do to change things, to make things better. You know, like when is things going to change? You know, I'm asked that question too, and I ask that question. But it's time to let go. The divine masculine is letting go of that. I need this, or I need to do this, or why isn't this happening, or why isn't this going to happen? It's time to let go of that energy, because you are like this card. You are a social butterfly. You need to stop looking at what should happen or why this is not happening, and stop putting so much pressure on, you know, what your expectations is. Divine masculine is starting to do that, letting go. So if you're involved in a relationship and maybe you're constantly wondering, why is this person constantly you know, looking at their phone, or why aren't they texting me, or why aren't they communicating with me, and we live in the same, you know, household. Basically letting go of that feeling, letting go of that energy where you're constantly like hovering and waiting and wondering. It's a kind of like a codependent energy that you end up carrying on, and letting go of it could actually help you. Forgiveness. It's time to forgive and let go, and just let bygones be bygones. So the divine masculine right now is starting to forgive themselves and forgive that person. Forgiveness is a big word, okay, guys? It's not just, oh, they said they're sorry, so, you know, that's the godly thing to do, is forgive and you know, just forget about it. Sometimes you can't forget. Sometimes you can't let go. What do you do then? Well, you try. You put that energy out. You search deep inside yourself. I know it happens to all of us. A lot of people do things to us, and you know what? We end up holding on to stuff because we're hurt, or we're holding on to something that, you know, was never completely healed. And that's a big factor with forgiveness. If you start forgiving and forgiving that person, even if they didn't ask for it, you start to heal, because you're letting go. Yeah, I try this. It's a little bit of work to do, but once you start, you understand things. Not saying that you should be associating with that person that hurt you. Okay, that's a different story. if you have to, and if it's family members, sometimes you're forced to I'm not saying to you're forced to communicate. Nobody's forced to do nothing. I rephrase that. But you're kind of like your coworker. You have to be with your boss. You have to be with this person. Forgive the energy. Forgive that feeling and move on from it. Block yourself from allowing yourself to do the same thing before. It's a little bit of work. So divine masculine is letting go, and there's also choices that are needing right now to be needing to be attended to. Those choices may not be your choices, may not be the choices that you would like to have. Maybe you had your mindset is different. But when you make those choices, you will understand that it was something I had to do, something that I needed to do. Many times it's not easy. So when we see letting go, and then when we see choices, I don't know if it's in the right order, but you guys know what I'm talking about, because the choices and the decisions that you need to make, sometimes it is a person. Sometimes you need to walk away. Not that I'm saying that everybody is, like needing to walk away from the relationship. Sorry, that's my ring. When someone walks by, I should have killed it or shut it off. Anyways, I guess it's a message. Pay attention. Choices that you need to make, choices that you need to do in your life that are important. And trust. Divine masculine is starting to trust. This is a big, big, big factor right here. When forgiveness is being brought up, how do you trust that person? Okay? To me, that could be like the $1 million question. How do I do this? Simple. Very simple. You're forgiving. You're letting go. You're healing. Are you going to go back to the same pattern? Absolutely not. You're not going to allow it to happen again. You're not going to invite it back in. You're going to start over again. You're going to start looking at things differently because you trust in you. You know you're not going to make that same mistake, or you're not going to allow it to happen because you are who you are. And divine masculine is starting to be more, more like their authenticity is starting to come through. If you're painting a picture always, sugarcoating it and saying it's going to be fine and everything is, beautiful, that's wonderful. Yes, but sometimes you have to dig deep and you have to trust. You have to trust what your inner wisdom is saying, because, hey, I need to take a step back and I need to make a choice. I need to let it go. I need to let it go so I can start over again. Starting fresh. Divine masculine is starting over again. Basically, that's what these 4 cards are saying. Divine masculine is starting to see things differently and starting to get things into a little different perspective, okay? Honesty is important right now for divine feminines. Divine feminines have this ability that they tend to keep things inside and hold on to things, and divine feminines seem to hide their feelings, hide their emotions, but when they bring them out, boy, it's like, whew, divine feminine knows, I'm hurt and I'm hurting inside. And this is not necessarily just for a woman. Remember, this is both masculine and feminine, because we have that inside of us. I should say male and female. Divine masculine and feminine live inside of us, both genders. And that's where you need to be honest with yourself, divine feminines. Is this something I need to make a turn on? I need to change my outlook. Am I headed in the right direction with this type of relationship? Is this relationship going anywhere? Or am I not putting enough effort into this relationship? Choices and decisions, be honest with yourself. Don't look at it so superficial or kind of like on the surface. You really want to be assertive. It seems to be like divine feminines are coming out. Been seeing that lately in the last few readings too. I've noticed that energy wise. I don't know if you could see, that's a beautiful card. Being assertive on what you want. The biggest thing now is don't put too much of yourself into you did something wrong, or being overly sorry. I mean, yeah, it's common we say I'm sorry a lot, and that's okay. That's like the new thing, not sorry, not sorry. I say it too, because you have love in your heart and you don't want to offend anybody, and that's beautiful. But maybe you're offending yourself because you're not putting yourself first. A lot of ways to look at it when you're honest with yourself, being honest with you, what your relationship is telling you. Is this person treating you right because they have an issue, or is it because they're not really meant for you? Be honest with yourself. What you feel in your heart, what you feel in your gut is going to tell you the picture. Now, this reading is not me giving you the direct message. It's actually something telling you what you need to apply to your life. This is the divine. These are messages coming from the divine. Okay, I just have to say that. And you know what? Being assertive, you find that you feel a lot better about yourself. You feel a lot better about the situation, and you're kind of like saying, I'm glad I released that. You know, I said what I had to say. I brought it out, and you know what? I feel a world better. I don't feel like I'm so, like I'm carrying this heavy backpack over my shoulders. No, it's not meant for you to be like that. Divine Feminines, you've been trapped. It's time to see the light and just come out like this beautiful blackbird in the cage. It's trapped in fear, you know, a fear-based energy. And that's basically what's happening here. That's a beautiful card. I love these cards. It's not necessarily that you're trapped because somebody made you trapped. You actually did it to yourself. And how did you do that to yourself? You were too trusting, or you were not trusting, I should say. You were more like you were trying to trust. You were trying to put so much emphasis on giving that your whole heart to somebody because you tried to hold on to them. And you felt codependent. You felt trapped. You felt like you needed to do this, when you could have just took a couple steps back to see what this person's all about. Trust me, if you take a couple of steps back, that person is going to show you what they're all about. And I'm not saying it's in a bad way or a good way, but you know, if it's meant to be, it's a real divine counterpart, a divine relationship, something spiritual in your life, they're going to come back. Whenever that happens, they will come back, because automatically you're putting like energies into different perspectives, and you're not focusing totally on them, so you're focusing more on yourself. And that's what you should be doing in any relationship, whether it isn't something this situation or not. Sorry, that's my phone. I have 3 phones, and I'm always getting texts. I'm a social butterfly myself. Yes, I'm in the house all the time, but I'm always out of the house, if that makes sense. Perfect timing. The timing is going to be perfect. Trust it. Trust it. I don't know if this light is too bright for you guys to see this beauty of the card. Let me just go like that. Okay. Yeah. Now I got a shadow. Wonderful. Nothing is ever perfect, guys, but I love it. You know what? I enjoy it. There we go. Oh, no, there you go. I did it perfect. I think the card is so glowing. Anyways, perfect timing. The timing may not come through on your timing. You may not feel like I'm getting what I want, and I'm not seeing the things that I should be seeing. But that's because you're not being patient. You're not, you know, you're feeling, yeah, let's face it, you're feeling trapped. And I don't know if I did. Okay. Lots of things are uncovering. And you know what? It seems like this is a very intense reading. Very intense, because things are being brought out in the open, and when they're brought out in the open, they're truth, they're divine truth, they are inner truth that it's time to start releasing and letting go. And I know a lot of us has been doing that. You may have been clearing the clutter. That's a big factor right now. You know, as we get ready for you know, coming of autumn. You know, I know everybody doesn't want to hear that. Still trying to embrace summer as much as we can, and I am, but autumn is a very beautiful time, so we all want to get everything together and get started. So like, get these projects going. This is a perfect time to start planning little things. I know I do, and you know what, it's a good time to start focusing on what you want your life to be like for next year. Yeah, next year, 2021 is going to be a great year. It's going to be better. It's going to change. Things were a turning point this year. But this next year that's coming is going to be a better year, because we know what to expect. We know it's not perfect, and we're not waiting for, you know, this beautiful miracle to happen, but we are. You know what I mean? It's like, I rephrase that. We are waiting for things to happen. We believe, have faith. And I believe in miracles. I have faith. I believe in God. I have a very strong faith, but I also have how can I say, my mentality looks at what is around us. And, you know, I'm realistic. That's a Scorpio in me. So I look at things like, okay, it's going to take some time, but everything is going to clear. Everything is going to get better. We just have to have trust, faith, and, you know, believe. Now, that's the outside world. Now, our situation in our own personal life can actually be completely the opposite. A lot of great things, a lot of big things happening. And that's why you have to just focus on that. Otherwise, you're always going to be worried. You're always going to put stress, fear, doubt. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Putting too much emphasis on what am I looking at? What is going to happen? What is this world coming to? That's what I hear from people around me. I don't say that. I don't, because I feel like this is all happening for a purpose and a good reason to help us. Yeah, it's something we've never seen in our lifetime. Yeah, and maybe other previous lifetimes, we haven't seen it. You know, whatever happened in the past, prior to this may have not been so extreme, but our lifestyle is pretty extreme. Come on now, we take airplanes, we fly up in the air. We take, you know, lots of things and do things that those lifetimes didn't do. So we can make it happen. It just seems like it's spectacular. Another lifetime from now, you'll be in it and you'll be looking at history books and saying, wow, do you remember when that happened? That happened. Although you might not remember who you were, but you got the idea. I just have to say that because a lot of people, you know, go through this, you know, situation in our world with a lot of stress. And I'm telling you guys, just relax. Your situation is not necessarily is not impacted by it. I'm losing my words, guys, because I'm excited, because I want to get, you know, more of this energy out to you guys. And I see changes. I do see changes with the divine counterparts happening now. Something big is happening. Something is going to change. But you have to have the faith. You have to believe and, you know, trust in what, you know, your heart is telling you. Don't look at what other people tell you. Divine masculines starting to make a choice, starting to make those changes as they start to forgive themselves. Yeah, sometimes they're running. They're running. They're hiding things underneath the rug. They're closing off. And you know what? Divine feminines are being honest. Divine feminines are looking at this and saying, I need to be assertive. If I need to tell someone something, I'm going to say it. Maybe that's what the divine masculine needs. The divine masculine may need a little bit of you, a little bit of your energy into it, not so much, you know, keeping things, you know, passive in a sense, you know, like everybody's situation is different. And, you know, like I said, this can resonate with you in a way where you understand it. Maybe if it doesn't, maybe you can revisit this reading at another time. A lot of times we're not focused. And, you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of messages that I see that came through. So if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, now I do offer phone chat and email readings. The links are down below in the description area. I don't offer video readings because a lot of you have been mistaken in thinking that that's what I'm offering. Maybe in the future I just might, but I'm not set up. Well, I am set up for YouTube, for Instagram, Facebook, you know, doing lives, but not necessarily to do the readings just yet because I like to show the cards, and I'm working on it. That's something that is in the works, okay? But for now, it's phone chat and email readings. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have had ordered readings from me recently. I know it's been a little bit of a delay because I've been like overbooked. I've been doing a lot of different projects. Like I told you guys, a lot of you, I'm doing a lot more fitness, and I'm doing other projects with fitness, and you know, I'm doing other things with spirituality, and then I have a family, and I have a beautiful little, you know, pups. I have 2 pups. I have Kisses and Toto. You guys know, if you see them on my social media. So, you know, thank you guys for being patient with me. My limited times are, you know, I have a schedule. So I thank you guys for your patience. Plus, I'm also working on other networks. So that's like kind of like full time. That's like regularly what I do every single day. But I am going to be slacking away from other things and trying to put more time into my readings because it's in popular demand because I want to be there for you guys, and I know you guys you guys need, you know, spiritual support. So I'm going to be doing more videos, more readings, more, you know, just more of what I love to do. It's just been, you know, summertime is just, you know, I'm just trying to get creative with everything and, you know, embrace the outdoors. You can see it's nice and bright. We always hope that it doesn't rain. Sometimes it does. So I just wanted one more last thing. Thank you guys for just being there for me, all the support, my subscribers, for all the likes, shares and, you know, just reaching out to me. It means the world to me. It really, really does. And I love you guys for it. I know I always say this, but you guys mean a lot to me. You guys changed my life in many ways, because now I really look forward to doing these reading videos and posting, you know, every day on Instagram and Facebook and also Pinterest. So the links are down below for my social media platforms, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So if you guys found me, say hi. I love to hear from you guys. So I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great August. Until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.